The first thing we need to do is to download a copy of Kali Linux. To do that, go to www.google.com, search for Kali, or go to kali.org. From the home page, click the Downloads link. On the download page, we will have multiple download choices. Click Install or Images. We have 3 download options to choose from. The first image name listing we see is Kali Linux 64-bit, meaning it's the full Kali Linux, and is suitable for 64-bit systems, and most modern systems use a 64-bit CPU. The second is Kali Linux for 32-bit. The third choice is Kali Linux for Apple Silicon. To determine what type of CPU is on your system, if you are using Windows operating system, search for Control Panel. Click it. And click on System and Security. And then click System. Now we can see our system is using 64-bit CPU. If you are running an older computer with a 32-bit CPU, you will need to install the 32-bit version. Click the Download button. The file is larger than 2 GB, and it will take some time. Virtual Machine allows us to run multiple operating systems from one hardware. That means that we can run the Windows or Mac operating system and run a virtual machine of Kali Linux inside that operating system. In the left side you see that Kali virtual machine is powered off. To start your virtual machine, click the Start button. Now it will ask you where to find the startup ISO image file. You can navigate to the Downloads folder and select the Kali image file. In the next screen, it will offer you many startup options. We will keep the default option, which is the graphical. If you get an error, it is because you need to enable the virtualization in the system's BIOS. Next, you need to select your language. After selecting your language, click Continue. Next, select your location. Click Continue. Next, select your keyboard layout and click Continue. Now VirtualBox will go through a process. It will take some time. Now we need to configure the network. You will be asked for the name of your host. For me, I will name it Kali. Next, you will be asked for name of your host. Just leave it blank, then click Continue. Next, we need to set users and passwords. The user is Kali. Click Continue. Next, the password is Kali. Then click Continue. Next, we need to set the clock. I chose Eastern. Then click Continue. The next screen asks about partitions disks. We will keep it to the default, which is guided use entire disk. Here Kali will detect hard drives and set up a partitioner automatically. Click Continue. Now Kali will warn you that all data on the disk you select will be erased. Since we are working on virtual disk and this disk is empty, therefore nothing will happen. Now click Continue. Next, select all files in one partition. Then click Continue. Now select Finish Partitioning and write changes to disk. Next, Kali will ask you if you want to write your changes to disk. Select yes and click continue. Now, Kali will begin installing the operating system. It will take some time. Next is software selection. You need to choose software to install. Keep everything, then click continue. This will take a while. Kali will prompt you if you want to install GRUB, which is Grand Unified Bootloader. This bootloader will allow you to select different operating systems to boot into Kali or another operating system. Choose yes and then click continue. Next screen, you will be asked to install the GRUB bootloader. Select enter device manually, then click continue. Next, the device should be specified as a device in dev. If we choose dev SDA, this will install GRUB to your primary drive. So we will enter dev SDA and then click continue. Now it will finish the installation. This will take a while. Now installation is completed. Click continue to reboot and finishing the installation. Now in the login screen, I chose the username Kali and you need to enter the password you selected for your Kali user. For me the password is Kali. After logging in as root, you will be in the Kali Linux desktop. You are now ready to begin working on Kali Linux.